Hi, everybody. It is Monday night in the town that Disney built called Celebration, Florida. You know what time it is.
Information on celebration.
That's right. We have got a jam-packed show for you tonight. This is the week of April 13th, 2026. As many of you know, we do the show weekly on Monday nights. Excuse me, either myself or Elijah Lewis. And we're very happy to share that there's always exciting things going on in the town that Disney built. This past weekend, many of you were involved in the Exotic Car Festival, raising great money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And, you know, the Iappoliti family has been involved with that for as long as I can recall. I remember being really involved with it in the beginning, and now it's just grown up so big and so large that it basically has its own audience that comes back year after year after year. And so downtown Celebration was full of beautiful, beautiful cars. Hi, Gina. Gina's watching. Thank you for watching. We miss you. But the Exotic Car, for sure. They had an event at Hard Rock Live as well with the concerts. They had a lot of, excuse me, they had a big event at the Waldorf with a Michelin star chef. And so make sure you always check out the Celebration Exotic Car Festival so that you can register if you want to attend any of their great events, because they sell out pretty fast. So congratulations to them and thank you. It was a beautiful thing to see. And boy, my phone's dinging, which is great. That's awesome. People are watching, people saying. Oh, let's see. It is starting. Okay. Let's somebody's trying to ask me a question now. Okay, let's see. We're going to talk about e-bikes a little bit tonight, if it's okay, you guys. So as you know, we always want to make sure that our children in particular are safe. And so, excuse me, are safe. And of course, the e-bikes have been coming up because sometimes they're getting a little fast, and some of the kids are possibly having accidents and all that kind of good stuff. So please check out that the sheriff's office is going to have a training, an educational pilot at Celebration High School on April 15th. So today is Monday. So Wednesday, April the 15th, there is going to be an educational pilot. So if your children have not told you anything about that, please make sure that you ask them, because it's this Wednesday. I know they've been doing a lot of things where they've been ticketing some of the young people that are driving a little carelessly. And so lots going on with that. So make sure we check that out. I've got so much up on the screen that I think the screen is wanting to scream a little bit at us. But a big thing coming up this Saturday, you guys. As you know, I'm a big part of Celebration Social. Jason Handler and team, we have an event that we're going to tie to that's at the Malaya in Celebration. And it's a dueling pianos event. Here we go, dueling pianos. And it is this Saturday, April 18th. There's two different shows. One is from 6 to 8 p.m. All ages are welcome. The other one is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now you need to make a reservation, and the ticket prices are very, very good. Excuse me. You're going to have standing room for $10 each, or a general seating ticket is $20. Or if you want VIP seating, which is a table for 4, it's $100. Reservations, once again, required. Now, I'll share with you, in order to RSVP, let me take you through the steps, because that's one thing that I think is a little clunky on how to get a reservation there. So what you want to do, you want to go online to eatatthewilson.com. If you're not aware, the restaurant in the Malaya at the front of Celebration is called The Wilson. And it's really cute because when you go in, they will have a picture of President Wilson. They'll have the volleyball Wilson. And so it's themed in that regard. But they're starting and have been doing some very cool special events. This is one of them, dueling pianos. Very, very fun. So you're going to pay this fee in advance. You're going to go to eat, E-A-T, at A-T, the, T-H-E, Wilson.com. And then you're going to do /Orlando. And once you get up on that screen, actually, let me see if I can show you. Let me show you on my screen while we are together. Let's do that. Okay, share a screen and hopefully it won't crash. But this is Celebration Social this Saturday. Let's share the screen and I'm going to walk you through how you can get your reservations. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So what I'm looking at right now, if you pull this up, see it's the Wilson, the Wilson. So eat at thewilson.com and then /Orlando, right? And then if you scroll down, guys, you've got to scroll down. Orlando, make sure you put Orlando. See right here, it says dueling piano, see all dates. So it's this Saturday, which is April 18th. The Celebration Social is coming alongside, and we've got groups going at both of those times. But what will happen is, see, it says book now. And then when you hit book now, you want to hit April 18th and dueling piano, see 6 to 8 p.m. or 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So if we were to say 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., you're going to see standing room or standard, so $20 or $10. But if you scroll down farther, there are still presently VIP tables that are available at $100. And I will be there. I know most of our team is going to be there, whether it be 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. or 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I'm looking forward to that. And also, you want to check out Celebration Social Facebook group because there's well over 1,000 people that are involved with the Celebration Social with the intention of community is very important, right? Community is definitely very, very important. And I want to applaud Jason and all the work that he has done to have us all come together. So anyway, hey, Tara. Tara's going to be coming with me. She's sitting at the table. Ray, can't wait to see you guys. Rod, we will be singing along with some dueling pianos, and that's on Saturday. Just as a reminder, it's nice that you're watching so that I can share that. All right, what else is going on, guys? Okay, there's what we were talking about. Save the date, this Saturday. Where? The Wilson, Orlando, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. 2 different shows. You can go to both, but you got to pay for a ticket for both if you want it. One is adults only. The other one is all ages. Reservations are required. They will have food and beverage there for people to purchase. So, that's what's going on at the Malia. All right. Now, kids' night out. Kids' night out. I'm trying to figure out why everything is kind of shadow here. Okay. Kids' night out. I always like to remind everybody that it comes up and you got to make a reservation for that as well. But for those folks, those parents that might be wanting to have a little bit of a night off and your kids are well taken care of, Friday, April 24th from 6 to 9 p.m. It's $45 per child, $30 for an additional child. I've told the story about how our daughter was always involved in those when she was growing up, and she was turning 5 when we moved here, and she's in her mid-30s now. And I just really think this is a program that's done well. They're going to have board games and crafts at this one, snacks and refreshments. And so you would need to get a hold of Town Hall, 407-566-1200, and get that reservation going. All right. I think the more stuff we take off the computer, the better it's going to be able to read it. There we go. Okay. So April 14th, which is tomorrow, Tuesday, don't miss lifelong learning. It's starting back up again. The Celebration Foundation has done a good job at finding people that have certain areas of expertise, and they provide these free courses. and it says no registration is required. It's going to be at the Windsor. If you have not been in the Windsor, it's a beautiful assisted living area that has, the top floor has got a balcony that you can see the Disney fireworks from, and they have a bar up there. This place has got a movie theater in it. It's got Olympic swimming pools. It's got a salon. So when we get to the point, you guys, when we need assisted living, we've got a top-notch, A-plus, really beautiful location in town. And so they are working together with Celebration Foundation to offer one of the Celebration Lifelong Learning classes. It's at 3 o'clock tomorrow, 3 o'clock, and the lecturer is Tom Atkinson. Tom is a wonderful man. He's a client of mine and friend, and his wife, Rhonda. They're fabulous. They have a lot of background with New Orleans. Tom is a spectacular trumpet player. And what he's going to be doing is teaching people how New Orleans pralines are created from scratch. And I believe you're going to be able to sample some of those while he plays some New Orleans music. How fun is that? So it's from 3 p.m. to 4:15 p.m. It's a 5-week lecture series. This is the first one tomorrow, and I'll try to remind myself to tell you about. Oh, it's no longer affiliated with Celebration Foundation. It's called the Celebration Lifelong Learning Incorporated. But, the same type of thought process. A bunch of wonderful, organized people are coming together and providing this class free of charge. So sweet treats and smart talk. So thank you, Tom Atkinson. Please, you guys, let me know if anybody is able to go. I'll be working then. But I would love to have gone to that too. All right. Earth Day. Earth Day is coming up Wednesday, April 22nd from 5:30 to 7 p.m. in the Jones Room. You know where the Jones Room is, right, guys? Downtown Celebration Lakeside. There is a room across from the pool, the Jones Room. That's also the area where you can get your ID and registered. And I believe there's something kind of cool that's going on now too with our IDs. You can now go to the Jones Room, pay $15 and go digital with your Celebration ID instead of carrying around that little card and being concerned if you've lost it. They now have a digital ID for Celebration, $15 to get it. You go to the Jones Room and try to go Monday through Friday, try to go before 4 o'clock and have that done. But in the meantime, don't forget about Earth Day. There's going to be a complimentary flower planting event, and that is Wednesday, April 22nd, 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the Jones Room, and that's Town Hall. And the Garden Club of Celebration, of course, is involved in that. We love our Garden Club Celebration. All right. Let's see. I think some of this does not want to pop off at the screen. That's fine. Okay. Open Art. Edward is almost like an official member of Near Disney YouTube because he's so good about making sure we have all the information, what's going on with the Celebration Art Circle. Every Friday, with the exception of the first Friday of each month, I believe, you can meet at Spring Park, the 951 Spring Park Street picnic area, that poolside area. So we're talking South Village. It's behind Heritage Hall. That's what we call that gathering place in South Village. It's called Heritage Hall. So bring your art supplies, meet some other artists. That's from 10 a.m. to noon, Fridays. But now the first Friday of each month, so May 1st, for example, you can go to Island Village Clubhouse. They have a change of venue then. No painting is permitted there, but you also have the same time, 10 a.m. to noon. So this week, we are looking at Spring Park. We're looking at 951 Spring Park Street, picnic area or poolside. Very good. Well done. Well done. Well done. Okay. Let's talk about, what else do we want to talk about? Oh, I know what we want to talk about. Let me get some of these extra things off of here so that you can see. Oh, this is important, you guys. Let's not forget about this kind of stuff too. On Spot Dermatology, it's a mobile dermatology group, you can call and make an appointment. They have something coming up, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday from 7:30 to 3:30. Now you do need to get an appointment and there is a fee. It's not too expensive, but I will share with you, they have had great success. They've been visiting Celebration multiple times. They have had 120 pre-cancer uh, treatments in the mobile vehicle. They had 8 skin cancers diagnosed, and they had 1 melanoma caught early. I think it's really important for everybody to be on top of this, but it's onspotdermatology.com, and you can say /celebration. If you need a telephone number, it's 941-444-0011. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get an appointment for myself too. We all got to make sure we're, just making sure we're nice and healthy. So thank you guys for that. And let's remove that because we have so much to talk about. I don't want the computer crashing. It's done that to me before. All right, let me see if I can share a screen. Oh, here we go. Yes. I don't know that it's going to allow the video to, but I can talk you through it because there was something quite fun that was occurring today, and it should be applauded. And for those, many of you know that the Near Disney YouTube channel that we have has over 1,000 videos, and one of my favorite ones is on the Bark Bus in Celebration. Bark Bus FL is what I'm talking about. But don't you know, they were highlighted today. David Martin is a local newscaster, and I've worked with him before on some other things in Celebration. I just think he's wonderful. And you can see them on Fox 35. They have a show called Good Day Orlando, and they really only report on fun things. Now, I don't believe, because it wouldn't allow me to completely download it, but I think you can see the visuals, and I will talk a little bit more about, well, let's talk about it now. So Scott and Sarah Hyland are the owners of Bark Bus, and they're Celebration folks. And by the way, it is Sarah's birthday today. So let's say happy birthday, Sarah. And so Sarah and Scott, well, instead of me talking about, let me show the visuals. If it will let me. There, oh, no. There we go. Oh, you guys, how cool is that? How cool is that? So once again, congratulations to the barkbusfl.com. And I wanted to say a special thank you as well to David Martin and actually Paolo. Paolo has been out here, his cameraman, doing a lot of great promotional stuff for wonderful things that deserve some attention. And so Barkbus FL, if you weren't able to hear the audio when I was playing the video, because I'm not sure if that was translating, but it's really wonderful. It's only $55 for the day. They pick up the dog in Celebration and bring the dog back. They take them to a paradise type of place. They get a pup cup. I think they usually go in Celebration and do that. And you can see it looks nice and safe. You can see the dogs are so excited. They are running out of their houses trying to board the Bark bus. And so it just is a testimony. And if you haven't, you know, Teddy is a dog that's in Celebration that it has gone viral. Teddy has his own YouTube channel. I saw Yogi was excited to jump on the bus too. And so we're very blessed that we have this very special thing. So for those of you watching from outside of Celebration, thinking about possibly moving to Celebration, let me tell you, if you have a dog, you will not find a town that has got more exciting things for your furry friends. And right outside of Celebration too, you know, right at the entrance of Celebration, the Bougie Cat Cafe is there. So make sure you check near Disney YouTube channel and type in either Bark Bus, which we have done a video on it, and we love them. There's also the Bougie Cat Cafe from an owner as well from Celebration. All these creative people live in Celebration, and it's so much fun. All right. So speaking of, if you are thinking, because I've got a special video I want to show at the very tail end of this, but one of the questions, and it has to do with the Disney Cruise Line. And I think you're going to get a lot of great information from Celebration residents that just came back from the Disney Wish. And so there's a beautiful video I want to share, but let's save that and tell you a little bit about the market, because that's the number one question I get when I'm walking down the streets of Celebration. Hey, Kim, how's the market? What's going on? Because, you know, between Elijah and myself, every week we are sharing with you what the market is doing. And so I don't want to disappoint on that. Let me share my screen here so that you can see that in Celebration. Let's share a screen. Here we go. This is your market update for the week, because what we do is we share it every 7 days. So I wanted to put it here so you can see it's legitimately up. This is the Realtors MLS that we have, and I'm going to share it with you. So there's only 84 active properties in all of Celebration right now. I take the condo hotels out because that's not really the market. You know, we're looking at everything from condos, single family homes, townhouses, estates, the whole gamut. So in all of Celebration, there's only 84 properties to pick from total. I want to say maybe of that, only 30 homes are included in there. And then what we're looking at is how many actives in the last 7 days. There's only been 3 new ones, and then how many pendings. So there've been 5 pending. So what does that tell me? There's more going off of the market than coming on the market. People that live in Celebration don't like to leave Celebration. Normally they might move around Celebration a bit, but we have a lot of legacy homes. I don't know if you know what that is. Type in the comments if you know what a legacy home is, but I'll share what that means in a little bit. And then we've got 5 solds. So just as many solds as pending in the last 7 days. And so there were only 13 touch points over the course of the last 7 days. But I'm happy to report that we did have one of the listings that pended. Wonderful buyer and seller combination of a property that is in the Carlisle. They rarely ever come up for sale, and this one was facing the water, absolutely gorgeous, and that one is under contract. So you've got to be in touch with the realtor in the know in order to really have the best available opportunities to buy in Celebration. Of course, you want to have a realtor that knows how to sell your property too. What are the key points in selling? So that is the market update. Now, being that there were a lot of people from the exotic car show that are still around, we're getting phone calls, of which one of them is going to be meeting with us on Friday morning, talking about lock and leave properties in Celebration, because a lot of them have their main home somewhere else in the country. But now they know, gosh, it really makes a lot of sense. I'd like to have a place here in the town that Disney built, because they see the value of being able to live in this wonderful town with all these special events. And then if they want to have an annual pass to Walt Disney World or Universal or SeaWorld or Legoland or whatever, then they have a place that they've got their clothes here. They've got a car parked, or a NEV, a neighborhood electric vehicle parked. And then they're able to just go like a half a day. They want to go to Epcot and walk around and have dinner there. If they want to go to Disney Springs and have a date night, or if they want to go to Universal and see the new Epic park there. There's so much to do. So I want to show you a property that we think is hot on the market. It is coming available fully furnished too. So look at the cute furniture. I'll be back at the end, but I hope you enjoy. That is spectacular. So you want to call me at 407-808-9845. I'm a realtor, Florida Motion Realty, to get an appointment to see that property. You could see how fabulous, how adorable it's decorated. And so you have lock and leave. You can walk in there with your clothes and your toothbrush and you're going to be great. And so that balcony has no road between it and that lake and that conservation view. Super rare. Because sometimes if you have a balcony, you might be able to see some water or conservation. Not a lot of options in the market like that. But the big point of differentiation on this one is there's no road. So you know what I'm talking about? It's like a whole different vibrational feel. It's like very ethereal. You can sit out on that balcony. You can see deer that are prancing around there. You can get the cool breeze. You've got the conservation's nice and quiet. It's on the top floor of a condo building that's in an elevator building that also has its own garage, and it's got storage. And so everything's on one floor. So you're going to get up there and you're going to feel like you're in another world. And it feels very much like a storybook. We actually call it a storybook listing that we have. And we don't give that designation to everything, but we are doing that for this property. But it's Right Circle, WRIGHT. Call me quick before it goes. And I think at a price of $435,000, you can't go wrong. And that's furnished. That's furnished, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Artisan Park has a super wonderful clubhouse too that is very well run. Bill McFadden, the manager, and his team there with their restaurant. The pool looks like a resort pool. They have special events. They have a fitness room that's there. They do all kinds of good events, and there's changing rooms. Spectacular. You can play ping pong out there. They've got a grill. They have an outdoor spa. It's phenomenal. It's like being in a resort. That's the type of property that a lot of the people from the exotic car group were looking for. So call us now. All right, very good. Now, if you are looking for a home, you want to be super close to downtown Celebration, because I did get requests of people saying, show us some more. People like to look at houses, right? So if you're looking for a house that has, say, 5 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms plus an office, look no further than this. I'm going to show you 839 Lake Evelyn, and you can call us on this one as well. So another storybook property, and the home is so super close to downtown Celebration that it's super easy. So a lot of the people from the exotic bar were walking past. We were doing some open houses, and we've got a lot of people that are inquiring about more details on that house. So once again, that one is 969,000, because you have 5 bedrooms, or maybe you might use it as 4 bedrooms plus an office, and literally it's a lock and go too. They are also offering for the rest of this month a $10,000 credit. Now you could see they've just renovated that property. They actually even added to the back of that property. And you do have a bedroom with a full bath on the first floor. The primary is up on the second floor, but right now, if you needed a bedroom on the first, you could. So at that price point, under $1 million in Celebration, that is going to be the best price point for 4 bedrooms or higher. And so you don't want to miss out on that one either. And like I said, they're giving a $10,000 credit, because sometimes you're going to walk into a house and you can say, gosh, I wish I had different paint, or I wanted to do something just a little different with the house. So these owners are spectacular, and they are offering that from the get-go. So that address, once again, is 839 Lake Evelyn. So call me at 407-808-9845 if I can help schedule an appointment or do a FaceTime call with you. Be happy to do that, because you're going to see that home on open house periodically, but we can help you get in there. All right. So as I promised, there is something special that I wanted to share, because I think it is so helpful. So our show is going to go a little bit later today, but what I'll do probably at the tail end is cap off. So don't forget, this Saturday, Celebration Social. Don't forget to go to Celebration Social Facebook group too, and ask to be included so that you can get updates. I am one of the moderators for them. Jason and team are wonderful people, and we are having an official event this Saturday, but you do have to make a reservation. There is a fee. It's dueling pianos. It's kind of fun. It's inside, air conditioned, at the Malaya, and that is Saturday the 18th. 2 different shows, one from 6 to 8. Families invited. 8 to 10 p.m. is 21 and up. And I think I am at the 21 and up. I've got some dear friends that are joining us, and you'll see us and it'll be fun, and stay inside. All right. But for now, let's sit back and hear about how wonderful it is that if you guys are looking in Central Florida to move, we literally feel like we have cruise lines in our backyard as close as we can get without having the ocean right on top of us. So about an hour and 15-minute drive from here, and you're going to be at Port Canaveral. And let's talk with these incredible amigos about what just occurred recently. Hey everybody, it is Kim Hawk and I'm in the Near Disney YouTube studio. We promised that after we came back from our cruise together that we were going to do a recap. So we all collectively just recently went to a Disney cruise, and it was a 4-night cruise, and it left from Port Canaveral, which is very close to Celebration. Anybody want to talk about if it was convenient, how you felt about the drive going over there?
Well, I'll just say from first time cruising out of there, that was like the easiest experience, like seamless. Like literally we just drove right over, parked, and we were on the ship. Like that I appreciated. And we'll talk, I'm sure, about like getting off the cruise, but it was seamless and easy. So, because I've been on other cruises where it hasn't been that easy.
Yes. And Tara, there's different options. Sometimes people drive over. Sometimes people decide they're going to get an Uber or Lyft to go over to.
That was our first time. We had a little bit of logistics with a girlfriend coming over, flying over. Our car was out. So I said, hey, we're going to take an Uber. And it was actually very simple. Dropped us off right on time. No worries. We left plenty of time early, but it's another option.
And because Tara, I want to just kind of go back to the original video that we share with everybody. We came at it from 3 different perspectives. So it was great because it was Melissa's first Disney cruise. Now she's been on other cruises, but it was her first Disney cruise. Mm-hmm. I was the middle person, being maybe 6 times or something like that. But Tara has done double that. So she was our expert going on the cruise ship. And Melissa, I don't know about you, I felt like I was so much more relaxed with Tara. She knew what floor everything was. She had all this information available before we even booked the cruise to make sure that we were on top of special offerings, right?
Yes, it was so great. It was like, I was like, you're our little VIP guide with this. It made it so fun and easy.
Oh, good. I'm glad that I could. That was a lot of fun.
And you know, when you cruise longer, you end up being in different categories. Tara, you want to talk about how Disney does that?
Yeah, well, we were with our friend Deb also, right?
Yes.
So I believe she was on cruise number 45.
Yes.
Pretty incredible commitment there. She was wonderful to bring in our group, but so she's definitely Pearl. On your second sailing, you are Silver Castaway. And on your 6th, just after 5, you turn Gold. On your 11th, you are Platinum, and that's where my husband and I sit. And then on your 26th, you're just like Deb, well on her way to Pearl status. So that just helps in booking your excursions a little earlier. And you do get a couple of extra perks, like a free dinner at Palo, a few little gifts in your room that y'all saw, but you cannot beat it.
Well, you know what was so sweet? You gave me one of your free perks.
That is the Gold gift. Yep, the little wet dry bag. Isn't that cute?
It's a wet dry bag.
Yeah.
So sweet. And I honestly believe, you know, the perks that you encouraged us on early, had we not done them early, we might not have had an opportunity to have the cabana that we had on one of the islands that we visited, right? To be able to have dinner in Palo. Because our girlfriends were sweet. We were wanting to make sure, because one of the things that you do when you go on a cruise ship now, you guys, you can get these magnets and you can put them on your door. And so the 3 of us were thinking the same way. And so our doors were full of friends, magnets and stuff. But Tara had surprised me and had this made.
That was amazing.
It turned out really good.
It turned out beautiful. So for the fairy godmother, I don't know if you could see from here, but it lights up.
Right. So it illuminates on the door, right?
It was such a hit. We would hear people walk past and say, that's so cool. That's so cool. It even kind of does disco lights and stuff in the back. So I appreciate it very much. But I do think that would be a good idea for you to do an Etsy show.
Showcase the different shops. Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes. So let's talk a little bit. So now we've driven there, and this is another thing just from the first show. It's so lovely to live in the town of Celebration so that we don't have to be concerned about missing a flight in order to get here, to make sure you get on the cruise at the right time. Because once you miss the boat is going to go. The boat's not leaving. It's not going to
want that to happen at all.
And I'm waiting. So Tara's arrival time was earlier than Melissa and mine. And so she got there early. And it was so sweet because she was there to videotape our sweet Melissa and Paul on their first time arriving into the ballroom.
That was so awesome.
Yeah.
I love
That was fun. That was a good time. I know. So that's the tip, right? You text your friend if they're in there early so they can get in the position to have that moment on film. Yeah.
Yeah. So you arrive and then there's somebody that announces your name and then you actually are arriving into like Cinderella's ballroom. It's not like another cruise ship where you're walking into a narrow hallway and you're going down another hallway and you go up the steps and you get to an elevator. Disney really is very themed, beautifully themed.
Yeah.
And so we have some footage of that. We're excited to talk about that. And then what did you feel about, checking in your rooms? Any thoughts? Melissa, I'd be interested. Did it meet your expectation or?
It exceeded expectations. It was gorgeous. The room, the way it was set up, there was so much space like that. There was, all the shelving available as well too. So I love that. We felt very comfortable in there. I love the veranda and just being able to sit outside. That was one of my favorite parts as well too. And we had the Frozen theme as well too. So that was really pretty because we had the beautiful painting on the wall with Olaf and Sven, and we had Olaf in the corner too. So I loved all the art on there. That was just in general too. All the art on the cruise was beautiful. And then having it in the room too was really lovely.
Yes, yes. As far as planning tips that we did, I think it was great. I think the three of us decided to pre-order the water bottle package that was available. Some of us have pre-ordered the wine package if you wanted to have some wine with your dinner. And of course, like we said, Tara was spot on in making sure that we had a cabana. Let's talk about that experience. Tara, I want to explain to everybody what a cabana experience is.
Yeah, so this was my first one actually on Lookout. We had Grand Cabana number 1. We were at Mabrika Cove, and it was absolutely beautiful. I don't think any of us were disappointed. It was the first one. We had a beautiful view of the ship, very spacious. It can fit up to 12 people. So there was only 6 of us, so much space, refrigerator, plenty of places to sit, a big dining table, and then our own access shower, own access all the way down to our own beach. It was just magnificent.
Yeah.
Yes. And they had lunch served just a couple of cabanas away. So you could either sit at that cabana or bring the food back. Like Tara said, we had like a formal sized dining room table. That's how large this place was.
Yeah.
From where we were, like you could see the ship right there. And it was a gorgeous view.
Beautiful. And Tara was out there. Now, I was with Sporty Spice and Sporty Spice. And so I will share, though, they did inspire me, and I did buy some Disney merch so that I could work out in the gym. But these two, no. They decided that they were going to be doing some 5K kind of stuff. You want to talk about what was available on one of the islands?
So at Castaway, we did the 5K. So Tara was like, you want to do the 5K? And I was like, let's go for it. So we got up early that day. And that was our last stop. And correct me if I'm wrong, Tara, the last stop, you always have the Mickey Churro Waffle Day.
Yes,
so, and I said to Tara, I got to get these waffles. So we fueled up on churro waffles and then we headed out and we did the 5K. And Tara was so helpful with that because there's a route that you follow and the cast members help as well, but she kind of helped me a little bit too. She was running. So she went running. I'm a walker which was great. And that's the cool thing is that, you can go your own with that. You can go. We went early because we wanted to just enjoy the island. We wanted to go before it got too hot. And we both got our medals. I have my medal hanging up over here. I'm looking at it right now. And Tara, I'm going to brag on her because she was the first finisher on our 5K that day, which was so exciting.
That was fun.
And like I said, once again, I believe Walt Disney World should be hiring Tara because she kept us all comfortable, relaxed, but we were hitting the right schedule at the right time. And so let's talk about, especially Melissa, any of the shows that you like, because I know we got to see quite a few. We saw Little Mermaid, we saw Aladdin, I think we saw Disney Sees the Adventure.
Yep.
I think we saw all of them, right?
We did. We did see all of them.
Yeah. I loved them. I'm a Broadway girly, musical theater girly. I love all those, and they were amazing. I loved them all. I think my favorite, but I'm just biased because Ariel is my very favorite Disney princess. So I love the Little Mermaid show. That was awesome. But they were fantastic. I mean, just top-notch music, the storytelling, all the effects with it. We had great seats. There's great seats everywhere in there, but we just had a really great seats in the theater, and it was so fun. You could get your popcorn and just sit and watch the show. It was so cool.
Yes. Tara, what's your favorite show?
I think I like the Seas the Adventure. I enjoyed that one. That was really nice. I like how as a group we all got there a little early so that we could reserve a row all together. That made it fun. Of course, the popcorn, like Melissa said, that always makes it. And the talent is incredible, of course.
Yeah. A little tip, I think we kind of made it a practice to get in line about 45 minutes before the show. And that was good for us because we were all catching up with one another, and to me, 40 minutes went by very, very fast, but it did allow us to get the best of the best seats. And we all wanted to be able to sit together too. And didn't hurt that the popcorn place was right across from where we were standing.
Exactly.
And so that made it a lot of fun. Now, there are some winners amongst us too, because there's some onboard special events that are going on that we all participated in. And Melissa, I had such great joy. So we all were playing bingo. And so, they have these electronic cards and these manual cards, and I will share with you, I think the electronic cards are the way to go.
Yeah.
But once it turns, you see a red number, that means you're one away from bingo and you're supposed to stand up. Well, Tara and I were looking around, and every bingo card, it was like Melissa was popping up.
Every single time.
Every single time. We loved it when we were in the floor. It's so good.
It was so much fun. I've never played electronic bingo. I don't know if I could go back to playing regular bingo again. It was so fun.
And she won.
Yeah.
She won. Not once, but twice, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep, sure did. I went shopping with that winnings.
Yes.
And then our friend Dee Dee, I think, did she win too?
Mm-hmm.
She did. Dee Dee won as well. I think that was one of the ones that split it, right? 12. There was one where it was like 12 ways, but yeah, she was a winner, and it was a lot of fun because it was her first one as well.
Yeah. And speaking of which, going to shop, what did you guys think about the merchandise that was on the cruise ship?
Merchandise is cute. So cute. Very dangerous to shop. The one thing I did learn, I made a rookie mistake. So anyone, and I should know this because I know this in the park. If you see something that you like, get it right away because they fly off the shelves. There was a long sleeve that I was eyeing. I was like, oh, I'll come back and get it later. And it was gone by the time it came back. So and that's something that, to know in the parks as well. So I knew that. But I did get some other things. So we're all good.
And then as far as other shops that were on there, Rod ended up, the one thing that he wanted to do was to go to the barber. Rod got the shave, the eyebrows trim, and they had this special secret wall of special bourbons that were available for the gentlemen too. And so that's called Hooks. Is that right? Hooks?
That's right. Hooks Barbery.
Hooks Barbery. And then it was great because our Tara told us that we needed to make sure we might want to have certain clothes that we brought because there were special nights, right? Tara, you want to talk about why I'm saying "our" a lot?
Oh, Pirate Night.
Pirate
That
Night
was fantastic. That was really fun, right? We all watched the fireworks together. Disney Cruise Line, I believe, is the only cruise line allowed to do fireworks at sea. It was incredible. They never disappoint. But yes, I loved all of us together in our special pirate gear. That was fun.
You know what? Life is too short.
Mm-hmm.
We got to remember that we've got this fabulous cruise line in our backyard. It really is. It's in our backyard. And so if I had to do it over again, I probably would say we should do the 4-day and attach a 3-day on it.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. Because Rod mentioned to me the way that you do it, I guess, is you can still keep everything in your room, but you have to go to an area on the ship so that they can, possibly say, okay, you're checking out, but you're checking back in. And so now you have 7 days, because I think our time together was way too short.
I know. I was like, oh, I just want a couple more days. I wasn't ready to leave yet.
Yeah. And you know what? We didn't really get a chance to see or experience. Well, you might have popped into some places but they have an adult section of the boat. We probably spent some more time there. I found it interesting that I call her Disney Deb Haggerty, when we were talking about food, and she did a beautiful thing right with Palos, because she knows like every crew member that's on this ship. And so when we walked in to have dinner, they put us in the private room. We had a private room.
It was gorgeous. That is like a memory we'll always remember.
Yes. But Deb would, in the same breath, she would say, oh, you got to have a hamburger, And so I'm like, a hamburger? So there's a place called the Festival of Foods, and it's Mickey and Friends. And so one section might be Daisy, Goofy, whatever. So Goofy's section is Angus hamburgers. And it really was one of the best hamburgers I've ever had.
Nice.
The first day I went to Donald's and I had the bowl, and the portion size was like very filling with like the rice and the chicken. I got the soft serve ice cream too every single day, which was awesome.
And then of the other restaurants too, Melissa, I think Paul was excited about Marvel, yeah?
Yes, he was. And we had so much fun. I loved it. The food was amazing. Food was great. It had the great fun show that was interactive. And we got to see Spider-Man, which of course, that's always so much fun. So it was great. We loved it.
And then Arendelle, there's a theme there. Tara, you want to talk about what happens at Arendelle?
The conga line throughout, and everyone has their white napkins, and that vibe in there was so much fun. That was actually my favorite.
Yes. And there is a wonderful restaurant called Enchante. And then when you talk about beautiful, beautiful rooms, what did you guys think about the Rose?
That was just stunning, gorgeous. I mean, and all the windows where you could see outside with the water, they just walk in and it just feels elegant immediately. It was gorgeous.
So we're going to give an insider tip. Yeah. That you heard here, because we had never heard it before. There's something called sommelier bin. Sommelier bin. Anybody want to talk about what that means?
Go ahead, Melissa. That's all you.
Me? So with that, what happens is throughout the night, people are opening up different bottles of wine, all different types of wine. And with the bin, if you ask your server if it's available, and sometimes they might have it available, sometimes they don't. But if there's a bottle that's open, it's not fully all drank, you could potentially have, a glass of wine from that bottle, but you won't know what it is. So you would just ask your server, do you have it available? And they would say yes. And then you could request either red, white, or bubbly. And it allows you to kind of sample different wines. You don't know what they are. And I got to have a couple of the bubblies, and which was really great. Ones I wouldn't have even had a chance to taste by asking for that.
Yes. And so let's say if it's $55 for a flute of champagne, was it $14 or $16? It was something like, it was a fixed lower price. Mm-hmm. And so we learned about that through Disney Deb. So I also enjoyed from my notes, the three of us our rooms were side by side by side. So we had verandas that were side by side by side. that is one thing that I would say, because Rod said we should all talk about what was your favorite thing, but also maybe something that you might adjust on your next. And so for me, if I had a longer cruise, I probably would, even though I love the first night when everybody's going up to the deck or whatever, I feel like there's just a lot of people there. And I would have probably, for my personality, I probably would have been like, I'd like to just check into my room, have dinner with the group, but maybe just relax on that veranda, because I don't really feel like we got to spend enough time on our verandas that we had.
Yeah.
Now, we use them, but to me, that is like one of the pieces of gold on a Disney cruise, is sitting out there, and the water is so relaxing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Anything else that you guys would think you might do differently? Or
I think for me as a first timer, I would have gotten on the app a little bit sooner, the Navigator app, and kind of explored a little bit more to kind of get to know. By the time we were done, I got the hang of it and kind of knew all the activities and where to find things. But if it's your first time, take a little bit of extra time on the app, because you can find all the things to do. That's where you can find the room service. I didn't realize the room service menu was on there until it was a little bit later on. So just take a little bit of time as soon as you get on the ship, just a couple extra minutes, go through the app and kind of navigate. Because there's probably some activities that we could have jumped on that or that, but just didn't log in and explored enough. So yeah.
And I love seeing that you really maximize time with the Disney characters too. You got up early. And I was so happy to see that, Tara, because I thought, when we all get there, and Disney's very organized, don't get me wrong, because they had times when people arrived and you get to your room, but your first day experiences, a lot of people trying to get on elevators, and you're like, ooh. So if you get up the next morning and you almost feel like you have the ship to yourself. And then Melissa was out there filming, and she was getting some really good stuff showing just how beautiful the boat is and how many opportunities there are to get photos with the Disney princesses and Mickey and Minnie and all that stuff.
I love the characters. I love seeing all the characters. So it was fun.
Yeah, I love it too. Tara, any comments on what you might do differently? Although I can't imagine. I mean, she has everything down pat.
That was fun. Like, we need a longer cruise, right? It's tough. I like the 7-day. The 7-day cruise to me is perfect. You have plenty of time for everything. But the one thing I learned is that I need to bring more of the Disney ducks for the kids.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Oh my goodness. I had brought about 15, and as I hid them, I would see the kids. I had no idea how many kids at all times are running around looking for them. They're so popular. I would put one up above like an elevator sign, and in less than a minute, somebody go, oh, I found one. So that was really fun, right? We're doing that. So I need to bring a whole bunch more of those.
Absolutely. That is the one thing that's really special about the Disney Cruise Line, because the pixie dusting, we participated in that. So that was where you basically kind of go from door to door and drop off little goodies. And so I'd watched a couple of videos about that. So I made little bags, and we had so much fun. We were like, it's like a secret Santa, and you're just dropping off these little pixie dust bags. I love that. Never experienced anything like that before on a cruise, and that was like one of my favorite parts. That just felt really magical. And when we were dropping them off, we were at one door, and a little boy and his mom were there, and they were seeing us drop off, and he's like, is that for me? I'm like, yes. And then he pixie dusted me back, and I have a little Tiana, a little figurine. She's so cute. And it was really sweet. It was really sweet.
Yeah. So Tara, you've been on so many now at this point, do you still feel like there's magic and pixie dust at this point?
I do. Absolutely. We have a lot more itineraries to still explore. That is for sure. We've been to Alaska once, but I'd love to do that one next, go back again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
I want to go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, before you get off of the ship, they do offer and you have to do it before you get off of the ship, but they do a special, try to encourage you to go ahead and book. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if anybody in our group did that.
We did.
Every time.
We had the opportunity to go into 1923 on our last night. And so that has a Walt Disney and a Roy Disney entrance. lots of great Disney art that's in there. And we got a chance to say goodbye to our servers who followed us every night that we were together, and got to say thank you to them. And yeah, so let's kind of regroup with maybe what was your favorite thing that you think you experienced?
Well, I think the one, there's so many favorites. It's like, how do you pick? But the one moment that I will always remember is the first time at the sail away party, and they did dance, and then it's like, it's time to have the horns, go. And that was the first time I heard that, like right there. And I started crying. I told you guys I would cry. I would boohoo something. I just started crying immediately.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was, and I'll never forget that. That just like set the tone for the entire week.
Yeah. Tara, what about you?
I think my favorite was that you had mentioned it at the Lounge Nightingales, and all our lovely friends from Celebration, we all gathered, because after 9 p.m., right, they turned into adult only. And it was just so nice listening to all the classic Disney songs on the piano while meeting new friends. And I loved being with everyone from Celebration that was on that ship. That was super fun.
Yeah, it's very special.
The only thing I could mention was the specialty coffee shops.
Yeah,
those were great, right? Those were fantastic. We had the Cove Cafe. We had the Wishing Star Cafe, which is all Pinocchio themed on deck 4, right, looking at the Grand Hall. And then on deck 5, we have the Sword and the Stone Enchanted Sword Cafe. Mm-hmm. So those are 3 great specialty coffee shops that are wonderful to enjoy. Probably the Sword and the Stone is the least busy.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one, but visited those a few times.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it was money well spent?
100%. And you guys have me hooked already. Paul and I, we've already booked our next cruise. We're going back in about 3 weeks, and we're going to be going on the Disney Fantasy. So,
nice.
Yeah, so we're doing a 5-night for that too. So 1 extra night. So that we're excited about that.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. And Tara, when are you going again?
We are in about 4 weeks, so about a week after Melissa.
I gotta get on it and book something. That's
it.
Well, I can't thank you ladies enough. I had the best time, and it's a great cruise, but believe me, it's even sweeter when you are with sweet, beautiful people that you're surrounded by. And like I said, having Tara she's an expert. So she was fabulous. And to see it through the eyes of Melissa with her first Disney cruise, it just made it really special. And everybody that traveled with us, just pick your people. Pick your people. Mm-hmm. And you're going to have even more of a magical experience. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. It was so much fun.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys. Well, please make sure you guys watch Whistle While You Work YouTube. Keep checking Tara and I out on Near Disney YouTube channel. You're going to see Melissa pop in occasionally. We're doing some stuff together, and we're enjoying life. So until we see you guys next time, see you real soon.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned some stuff. Life is way too short. Go ahead and organize going on that cruise. I call her my little sis Amy. She was watching. She was actually invited to go on the cruise, but she had just gone on one or whatever. I think she's been on a good many as well. I think Amy Hammond, 18. She's been on 18. And her favorite ship is the Dream. Very good. Good to know. So always check in with us, you guys. Every Monday night. On Wednesday night, my Realtor Dream Team does a show about the 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. And then on Friday or Saturdays, we do an evergreen show. I'm going to be doing a pros and con show about Central Florida, I think, this upcoming week. So looking through my notes to make sure we didn't miss anything. I think I always like to recommend, don't forget the Farmers Market in Downtown Celebration. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. every Sunday. It's really well worth it. If you haven't gotten a chance, you get to go down, get some fresh fruit and vegetables, or some artists that are there. Usually music's playing, and then there's all those wonderful restaurants. I want to make sure you check out the Wine Imperium, the Town Tavern, Avocados, Reggiano's, the Thai restaurant, all kinds of really just so many great options in downtown Celebration. Don't forget to check out the video we just did on Don Elios, which is a Brazilian Italian restaurant that just opened in the new Celebration Point section. We've got all kinds of good videos about camps that are coming up for the kids, churches, golf, everything Celebration. Really, really love it here. Can you tell? All right. Well, we appreciate you watching. Give me a call at 407-808-9845 if I can help you with anything buying or selling real estate. And hopefully I'll see you Saturday at the Malaya for the dueling pianos. And but make sure you make your reservation, and make sure you go to Celebration Social too to join that good group of people. All right, guys. Yeah, don't see any questions, so I'm just going to say bye and God bless everybody. Okay. Thanks again for watching.
Like, so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.